Hi, I'm Jared.
I'm David.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Mazda CX-5.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
The original Nintendo Entertainment System, vinyl records, and old, already chewed chewing gum. What do these things all have in common? Well, despite being around for long periods of time, they're still deemed enjoyable and useful, much like the 2024 Mazda CX-5. Its last major model change was in 2017, but 7 years later, we still find it enjoyable and very useful. The truth is, 7 years isn't that long of a time to wait for a vehicle to be fully redesigned. The CR-V was just changed in 2023 after only 6 years, and the Toyota RAV4 has been running wild since 2018.
And Mazda has changed a few things over the years to keep things fresh, with its latest mild refresh only 3 years ago.
That's right, so we want to know if the Mazda CX-5 still has enough to compete with its rivals. Well, the answer might surprise you.
What's the answer?
What?
What's the answer?
Well, gotta wait till the end of the show, David.
Why don't we just do it now? Get on with it. I got karaoke to go to, so I still gotta pick my songs.
Well, it's called showmanship, and besides, I've heard you sing.
I have the voice of an angel, and you know it. But anyway, let's get to it, shall we? Ah, whose gum did I step in?
Like a smorgasbord, the Mazda CX-5 lays out plenty of good options for its drivers to choose from, offering a total of 7 different trim levels and 2 different engine options, all while offering great standard features like a 10.25-inch screen, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, push-button start, high beam control, a rear-view camera that is very bright and clear at night, and standard all-wheel drive. Yet, although Mazda does a great job at offering a lot in certain places, some critics think they offer a lot less in others.
And that area of dissatisfaction is located here, in the rear seats.
Now, if you've watched our channel before, and I'm sure you probably haven't, you would have seen we really tested out those back seats in the CX-30. I mean, well, we measured the back seats in the CX-30.
Yeah, and you can see that review here.
So this time, we want to see if it's the same in the CX-5, and if lack of space is a Mazda theme or just a one-off. Now, whether or not space is an issue in the back, the opening to the back is generous, as Mazda offers a 90-degree door angle, which is great for installing a car seat or easier access for those who are heavy or overweight. Now, unfortunately, we don't have anyone here who's heavy or overweight, so I'm going to have to get in there myself and demonstrate. So let's see what it's like in the back seat.
Oh, this isn't the most space we've ever seen, but it's still comfortable enough. What I find interesting though is that in order to turn on the rear heated seats, you actually have to pull down the inner armrest to access the controls. The problem is though, what if there's somebody sitting in the middle seat? And it's problematic.
On the contrary, David, I think it's a master stroke from Mazda. This is a family vehicle after all, which means there's a high probability that at some point or another, 3 people will be sitting in the back. Out of these 3 seats, which one's the worst?
The middle, of course.
Exactly. They're already going to sit in the middle. You don't need to rub it in and throw salt in the wound. They don't get a window seat. They got to make that awkward eye contact with whoever's driving the car. Then you don't give them a heated seat. No, this keeps everything fair for everyone.
So this is a good thing?
Hell if I know. I never sit back here. Another important area for the Mazda is space in the back, and the CX-5 offers 1,680 liters of maximum cargo volume.
And in this space, you'll find that Mazda offers the 40-20-40 folding seat. Another old but still very useful thing.
Indeed, and you also get up to 2,000 pounds of towing capacity, which is more than the CR-V, but less than the RAV4. Now, much like the country's most famous dish, sushi, the Mazda CX-5 also hails from Japan. However, this won't leave you feeling bloated and regretting your decision to actually eat all that you could. Isn't that right, David?
Right, Jared.
Rather, this will make you feel excitement and comfort, not regretting any decision.
And once you look under the hood, you'll see why. In typical Mazda fashion, you have the option of either a 2.5 litre naturally aspirated engine or a 2.5 litre that offers Mazda's dynamic pressure turbo. When paired with 93 octane, this will unload its 256 horses as they power their way through Mazda's 6-speed automatic transmission with a scrotum-screeching 320 pounds of torque.
Scrotum screeching?
Hey, I'm just reading the words on the script. I'm not the one who scrotum down.
Now, without 93 octane, you'll still get 227 horsepower. But if you want to opt out of getting your scrotum screeched entirely, you can ditch the turbo and still get 187 horsepower. The choice is yours.
Now, as good as all this is, the CX-5 still sells less than half the amount than the CR-V and the RAV4, even while offering more for less, a lot less.
And the starting price of the CX-5 is $32,000, which is $4,000 less than the RAV4 and $5,000 less than the CR-V. We're just not ready to give up on the CX-5 quite yet.
Okay, I think it's time to go for a drive. It's almost karaoke time.
Right. Well, David, here we are in the 2024 Mazda CX-5. What are your first thoughts and impressions?
I like very simple design in here too. I like it. I'm more a fan of the interior than the exterior color.
Yeah.
How about you?
I like it. It's from a driving perspective, obviously sitting here. It's got that Japanese pedal, which is in the floor pushing down as opposed to coming up like most cars. So it's a different driving experience. It feels tighter, maybe even a little heavier than a lot of other cars in this segment, like the RAV4 and the CR-V. But I like it. It's a good, firm, solid, good drive.
Do you feel the zoom?
I do feel there's, well, I haven't zoomed too much in it yet, but there's zoom. It's just holding back.
Yeah. So the Mazda slogan, Zoom Zoom, is one of the most enduring and long-lasting slogans around. It's been 24 years.
What was McDonald's? I'm loving it. How long was that one? Because that was around for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been quite a while. I think, late 2000s maybe.
Yeah.
But for cars usually change.
Zoom was, that was a while. Shoot.
One thing I noticed of the cars I reviewed with you is the Moonroof is smaller than the others.
Yeah, it's you know what? Because we've reviewed a few Mazdas, and I don't know. This still doesn't have the panoramic roof. The CX-50 we reviewed in this same color actually had the full panel roof, but Mazda still on this will never give you a full panel roof. Why? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the rollover crash test. They were pretty adamant that this would pass the IIHS safety picks, so maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. It seems a little rinky-dink, but obviously there's a reason for it.
Yeah, it's not something I'd get upset about if that it's not going to deter me from being pumped for my karaoke.
Yes. By the way, have you picked a song for your karaoke evening?
I think I'm going to start out with some of the classic British classics.
Oh, like the Beatles?
Yeah, not the Spice Girls.
Oh,
Spice Girls.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe, and I feel like a croon. I might croon tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Crooning, maybe a little Frank, some Dean Martin, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's
Amore.
Amore. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that because I'm Italian.
Sung by a moron. Sorry, you're Italian.
You didn't know I was Italian?
No, I didn't know you were Italian.
No, I'm British, but my wife's Italian, so I got the dual. I'm Britaliano, is what I am.
Ah.
Yeah. I have spaghetti on crumpets for dinner every day.
Yeah. Okay. Italiano. That sounds like a cheese.
Yeah.
So now there's always little gimmicky things in cars, little things that automotive manufacturers do that you don't think of them, but they're there, and you're like, oh, I could use that. So one of the things Mazda has is a little business card holder in their sun visor. You can put a business card in there, your own business cards, or if you collect them, what have you, and it's just always up by your mirror, which is kind of a cool idea. Or if you want, you can put little notes just so you don't forget things, important things, people's names. And I thought that was a great idea. Wouldn't you agree with me, David?
I agree 100%, Jimmy. Okay, so we've got plenty of space in the back. It seems roomy enough up here.
It does, yeah.
And what else are you thinking space-wise? Are you happy with
everything. You know what? Some critics say there's not enough space here, but granted, I'm wearing a larger coat than normal, and I still feel very comfortable in this vehicle. Good glove box space.
I can fit a fair amount of gloves in there.
Yes.
So that's good. What about up here? What we got?
What's the sunglasses holder? Now, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Is there enough space in the sunglasses
let's
holder
see. I got
for
my
your shades?
trusty sunglasses right here.
Those Randy Savage glasses.
The big ones.
Can you?
Oh, did they get in? Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
no!
Okay, well, Mazda, there you go. Your sunglasses holder isn't big enough for David's Macho Man Randy Savage sunglasses. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah.
Oh, I do feel more macho right now.
You do. Well, you look more macho.
Thanks, buddy. What do you think? Macho?
Now, David, I've reviewed the CX-50 before, and now I'm in the CX-5. You know what? I think this is a nicer interior, a nicer layout than I still like the CX-50, but I think this looks sharper interior-wise than the CX-50. But there's also, and you've probably seen some reviews on it, there's Mazda's CX-70. So the CX-5, the CX-50, and the CX-70. But the CX-70 is another SUV with just a five-seater. Not a third row, just a second row.
Sounds like going to run out of numbers at this point. Everything has 652, CRM 114.
Yeah, there's CX-50, 70, 5, 30. They had the 3. They're going to run out of numbers.
The CX Infinity is what you need. There's already a copy.
There's already Infinity,
okay.
Yeah. So you have
oh boy.
The CX 420. The RX, I guess you got to.
That's a high-performance rear vehicle.
Well, that would be yes.
Yeah.
That would be the high performance. Now, David, we mentioned you have karaoke tonight. We happen to be in a car. We kind of like a car karaoke thing, like James Corden. You have a James Corden story, don't you?
Yeah, well, I hope he doesn't sue us for singing in a car. But I was actually supposed to open for James Corden on a comedy show a few years ago. We were supposed to be in a British invasion show, and it was supposed to be myself, a couple other English comedians, and James Corden be the headliner. But then James Corden said he doesn't want to headline; he wants to host the show instead. So we all got booted out of the show. So I didn't get to do it, but one day we'll work together.
So James, if you see this, which you probably won't, and no one you know will probably watch this either, but if somehow you hear about this, look us up.
And I will serenade you with my angelic voice.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Singing one of his crooning songs, or a Spice Girl song, which actually I would, that would be interesting.
Should we do a duet? We can do a duet. Let's do it.
A duet?
Yeah.
A duet?
Yeah.
What duet? Islands in the Stream, Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers?
Okay, but who? Nah, I'm
Dibs on Kenny.
Okay, okay, that's fine. We'll do it. I'm gonna do it after work though. I gotta work my 9 to 5.
Now, David, like a lot of SUVs these days, you have your different modes. Your M-Drive for Mazda, so you have Sport mode, you have Normal mode, and then you have Off-Road mode. And you know what? Can I just say something?
You can say whatever you like, my friend.
Okay, so I went on a road trip with a SUV that had an off-road mode, and I was in West Virginia, and I was going down this gravelly dirt road, and you know what? I thought, hey, this is a great vehicle. It's all-wheel drive. It's got this off-road mode. I thought, here I am doing the right thing. And then someone comes right behind me, passes me, and they're in an old Mazda Protege with a muffler that's falling off, and they're doing just as well in the off-road as I am. So I'm just saying that this whole off-road mode, or whatever you want to call it, I'm not buying it on any car, not just Mazda. But that's my West Virginia passed by a Protege while I was in an SUV with all-wheel drive on the back roads.
That's a lovely story, my friend, but I got to be completely honest with you. As soon as you said West Virginia, my mind went into karaoke mode, and I've been singing Country Roads in my head the entire time.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Well, okay, so here's another interesting fact. John Denver actually didn't write that song about West Virginia. He was writing about somewhere else. And he's not from West Virginia, even though the song would say, take me home. There's a whole...
It wasn't him who wrote it, was it?
No,
somebody else screwed him down on those words.
Hey! Now, David, if I could praise this car on a level that I've never seen before, the CX-5. I had this car last night. I was backing out of my driveway, and the backup camera came on. And it was the brightest, most crisp and clear backup camera I have ever seen in my life.
I do appreciate a crispy camera.
Well, that's, it should be on the list of features. Yep. Crispy camera. So I want to do a test for our viewers. I want to prove how clear this thing is. Do we have any reading material?
Well, let's have a look in my trusty glove box here.
Okay,
I got a limited warranty manual.
Okay, so I'm going to put it in reverse, and I want you to put that up to the backup camera, and I'm going to see if I can read it.
Okay, don't put it. Okay,
I won't.
If you put it in reverse, make sure. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Brake, please.
What's on the
you.
brake?
Okay.
For now. Okay, here he is. Yeah, he's gonna limited warranty. Now it's gonna be backwards here, folks, but look at the clarity on that. Every 12,000 kilometers, 7,500 miles. That's good. Oh. He stepped in gum again. Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I think that's exactly what Mazda is doing here. The CX-5 is so good. Why change a thing? Its sales numbers have been consistent since its last redesign, and with an MSRP compared to its competitors, you might even think the price is the same since its last redesign. And much like sushi itself, the CX-5 gives you a number of different options and varieties for you to choose from based on what you're craving. Although this, unlike sushi, won't give you diarrhea.
That's your conclusion?
Do you want to go to karaoke or not?
Yes.
So with that, I give the 2024 Mazda CX-5 my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
So what song did you decide to go with?
It depends what mood you're in.
Yeah. A big thanks goes to our friends at Forbes Waterloo Mazda for allowing us to use this 2024 Mazda CX-5. If you're in the market for one, go see them.